And John, we've been working on this story for quite some time now. State investigators, they've been looking into this teacher since July. And then last month, the student she's accused of sleeping with took his own life.
Oh, you got that on tape. It's going to him. It's going to him. If he catches it.
Jordan Bryant appeared to have a perfect life when he walked the halls at Yough High School. An all-conference wide receiver, dating a cheerleader, a loving mother and father by his side.
Very talented. He lettered all 4 years in high school.
But Jordan was also living a secret life. It was after high school in July 2017, when Jordan was 19 years old, that he dropped a devastating bombshell. While meeting with a court-ordered counselor assigned to him after an underage drinking incident, Jordan made a confession.
Sexual intercourse, yes. Everything, you can name it, they did it.
According to an email that a Child Protective Services caseworker sent to Jordan's mother, Jordan had sexual contact more than 100 times with his teacher, Michelle Costain, when he was the age of 14. The email said Michelle was investigated by the Westmoreland County Children's Bureau and was indicated for sexual abuse. It said Michelle did admit to having Jordan in her house on multiple occasions. The caseworker wrote that a criminal investigation is underway. Jordan's parents, meanwhile, say they had no idea.
Well, I mean, you think as a mom that your kid might confide in you, but I mean, I guess something like that might be more personal.
What was your reaction as a father to hear that this happened?
Shocked. Yeah. Just unbelievable.
Action News Investigates reached out to Michelle Costain for her side of the story on multiple occasions, but did not receive a response. In September, the Yough School District said they received a call from the Child Abuse Hotline about Michelle Costain and immediately suspended her, but said that Costain resigned soon after. Yough says they are cooperating with law enforcement. Jordan's parents say he slowly started to talk about the allegations last summer, but they say the big secret wasn't a secret at all for much of the Yough community.
He told me that everybody on his football team knew about it, and he was the man, you know, in ninth grade. So I think that was really hard for him to even feel like negative about it because everybody was telling him how positive it was.
The confession to the counselor sparked the Child Protective Services and law enforcement investigations. State police and the Westmoreland County District Attorney's Office interviewed Jordan. His grandmother says talk of the relationship resurfaced half a decade after it allegedly occurred.
He says, Graham, everybody knew about it in the school. He said, Graham, everybody knew.
Comments on social media, taunting phone calls to Jordan's home. His mother says some people would actually congratulate him for sleeping with an adult, when in reality, she says it was tearing him apart.
It doesn't matter if it's a male or a female. It still affects a child the same exact way.
But his parents both say that what happened last month was completely unexpected. Jordan Bryant killed himself.
He hung himself from a tree.
Who discovered this?
My sister.
Was this at your home?
It was at his pap's house.
I just complete shock. Never would have thought my son would have done something like this.
Worst day of your life?
Absolutely. Hands down.
We may never know exactly why Jordan Bryant decided to end his life. A young man with a seemingly bright future ahead of him, just 19 years old. But we do know that the woman who state investigators believe began having sex with him when he was just 14 years old has not faced any charges related to the alleged sexual abuse. The Westmoreland County DA's office confirmed they are running a joint investigation into Michelle Costain along with state police, but wouldn't say when it might conclude or if they plan to file any charges. If you could have conveyed one last thing to him or say something to him now, what would that message be?
That everybody loves him, and you know, I wish he would have known that.
Certainly was loved. Again, we've reached out to Michelle Costain on multiple occasions over the past few weeks, and she has not responded. Costain is currently employed, but at a job that does not involve contact with children.